Hi, welcome to the Mule 4 tutorial. This is Akash. So in previous video, we have created 2-3 flows with different listeners, and we basically use the single configuration for all the listeners. We also set the variable and we also use the variable in payload, and we set the payload after this. And also we have created one more XML with the listener, and we use the same configuration for that listener. Now this project, you can get it from the resources. I'm sharing this project so that you can practice on this. If you're facing an issue, you can open the project and you can refer my project. Now in this video, we'll move to the modules part. So we'll create one new project. So we'll say, so in this video, we'll see Java module. So this will create one Java module project inside my workspace. So this is the Java module project. So for now, I will close rest of other project. This project I can close because I don't need for. So click on close project. Okay, now we have the Java module. So in this module, we'll basically see how we can call the static functions in Java and how we can call the normal functions in Java using the Mule flow. Now this is my Java module.xml. Now this is currently empty. So in configuration, you can see a empty canvas with Mule tag, just a Mule tag. Now, if you want to use any other module, you need to add that module inside your project. So in pom.xml, you can see right now we have only two modules, which is the one is HTTP and another one is the socket module. Now, if you want to add more modules, you need to click on add module, and here you need to select your module. Let's say I want to add Java module. So I can add Java module from here. Java, I will drag it over here. So this will come over here, and once we'll go to the pom.xml, this pom.xml automatically updated by the system, and we can see one more module, that is the Java module. And all the resources which are required for that Java module, we can get it from here. So these are basically the jars which are required to run any Java file. Now this is my Java module. I'll just quickly save this. Now before that, starting the project, I need to create one Java file inside this. So I will just take one Java file from here, and I will create one Java file with this name, stock code service. Right click, new class. Here I will provide the name stock code service and the package, let's say com.mule tutorials my package, and click on finish. So this will create one Java file inside my src main Java under the package com mule tutorial. Now I need to write two functions. I will write two functions over here. So one function is the static function, hello function, in which I am passing two arguments. One is the name and the second one is the country, and this will give me return hello name from country. The second one is basically giving the stock prices. So I will send the stock symbol. If it is Microsoft, it will give me 100. If it is Google, it will give me 200. And if I'm giving other than this, then this will basically send me the message as stock does not exist. Now we'll see how to use those connectors. So I will take listener HTTP. So we have this listener, and then I will configure this listener with localhost 8081, and here I will give path hello. I will save this. Now I will go to the click on the Java module, and then these are the options I can perform on the Java module. So I will select invoke static. So this will basically uses to call the static function from the Java module. Here need to give the class name which is there. So I can directly search it from here. I have a stock code service, so I'll click OK. And then here I need to give the method which I want to call. So method is say hello. I will copy this and I will paste it over here, say hello. And here we are passing two arguments. So I need to pass two arguments over here. So what are the arguments we have? Both are string, so I can pass both argument as string comma string. Now we configure this. Now I need to pass two arguments. So how I can pass? One way I can pass with the query parameter. So for that I will write a query parameter. So I will quickly open my Postman. And we'll pass one query parameter. I can say hello slash one query parameter. I will give name equals to, let's say, Akash, and I will press ampersand, and then country equals to India. Okay, so I'm passing two parameters over here, query parameters. Now I need to map those query parameters with these arguments. So for that, these are the arcs you can see. Now we can do the mapping. Here you can see the graphical view. Just click on the graphical view. This will take me to this graphical view. So this is the object right now we have. So right now we are not getting that particular argument. So just we'll quickly save this and click on done. And then again we'll click over here. Done. So we need to save this first, and then this is my function. I will again click over here. I can see arcs over here right now. So if it is not showing you the exact arguments, so just need to click on done again, and then again click on the graphical way. So here I need to map. So what I can do, I can query parameter is my from where we basically were passing. So we'll use the query parameter. So we'll quick query params. So this will automatically generate my code. Again, I will do it with query params. Now which query parameters we are passing? One is name we are passing. First is name and the second one is country. Now I will save this. Now after I will put one more logger which will give me whatever in the payload. Now I will save this. Now I will just put one debug point over here and I will show you how we are calling the invoke connector. So we'll go to debug as Mule app. It's already running. So first I will stop this and then I will run this. So this is deploying on my local. So basically in invoke connector we need to provide the class name and which function we want to call and the argument, and argument we can pass from this data view. For now I click no. So now this is deploying on my local, initializing my domain default, and yeah, successfully deployed. Now I can call basically from my Postman. So this is my postman. Now my name is name Akash and country I will pass and click on send. Now this will take me to the invoke static disconnector because I put one debug point over here. I'll click on yes. So right now we have payload as nothing, and right now we are invoke connector. This is the class we are calling and the two parameters we are passing, parameter 1 and parameter 2, and basically the arguments. And I will press F6. This will call my Java code, and whatever we are returning from that Java code, I will get that particular string in payload, that is now hello Akash from India. Now we'll hit this, so info logger label is info and we are adding that. Now we'll move back to over here. Now you can check we got the function. If you want to debug your Java code, you just need to put debug point over here. So just double click on the left hand side row and then again hit this service, and this will take me to over here. I will press F6. Now again I got the prompt that we want to change to the debug mode for the Java. I will click on yes, and this will take me to the Java code. Now I'm debugging Java. So here I can check the value of name and country, and I will press F6. Now this will take me to the Mule debugger, and I will press F8. So we got the response from the Java code. So in this way, basically you can call the static function in Java. So now we saw that how we can call the static function from the Mule, and now we'll see how to call a normal function, non-static function from the Mule. So this is my non-static function in which I'm getting the stock price for that particular stock. So I have Microsoft for 100 and Google for 200, and other than this it will give me stock does not exist. Now I will quickly drag one HTTP listener and try to call that stock service. So for that I will write HTTP listener, and I will use the same configuration, and path I can give maybe quote or maybe stock price. This will give me the stock price. Now we'll go to the Java connector, and there is a new. This connector basically is used new to create an object for that particular class. So here we need to provide the class. So stock code service is my class, and here you need to provide the constructor. So if you have already defined constructor in your Java class, you can use that constructor, or you can use the default constructor. So we'll use the default constructor for now. So this is my constructor. So this is our default constructor we are using. If you want to use the parameterized constructor, you can pass the parameter over here, and the same way you need to use this mapping to map the parameters. Right now I'm using default constructor, so I will remove this. Now we need to create an object from out of this. So we'll go to advanced, and here I will say the object value. We'll say my object is quote, and here I will give the target value as payload. So whatever we are getting from this, we'll take and store into the quote object. Now I quickly just take the invoke, and after this I will put the new. Then here I have created one variable with a name quote. I will use the same variable over here to call my services. So I will write where's dot quote. Now here again I need to provide the class, and we need to provide the method which we want to call. Let's say I want to call this method, so I will take this method, and there is only one parameter we are passing, so I will pass one parameter as a string. I will save this. Now I will click on this mapping. I'll click on done, and if you're not getting on the first time, just click on done and then try to get from the second time. Let me see what, so this is my price and everything over here. Target value you don't need, and then click on the mapping. Okay, so we'll get this after refreshing the environment, and then you will get this argument. We'll just click on this argument and we'll get the data from the, let's say I'm passing the URI parameter. So I will get the data from the URI parameter, and here let's say my parameter is stock I will pass. And the same thing I need to define in HTTP, that is the URI parameter. Here I will pass stock, sorry, slash stock. So I'm done over here. Now I will add one logger to check the outputs for that particular API. I will save this. Now this will automatically deploy on my local. So this is deployed successfully. I will go and remove this stuff. Say quote. Can again recheck the listener. So stock price, then stock. So we'll take the same URL over here. Stock price, and I will pass Google. So we got the response as 200. If you want to debug, just need to right click and add the debug point and add this again. We'll click on yes. We'll click on F6. This is now invoke connector. We have one variable, which is this. We are passing the code that is the object of that particular class, and we are using the arguments over here. One argument we are passing, and there's nothing in payload. Now we'll call that particular Java file. If you want to debug that, just put a debug point on Java. You can debug this also. F6. Now we'll change perspective, the Java debug perspective. Press F6. Now it returned 200. We got the response. I will press F8. Now we'll get the response from the system. So in this way, basically you can call the non-static function as well as static function, and you can pass the arguments, and then you can debug the Java code also. So the assignment for you guys now, you need to complete these two flow. You need to create one Java file, and then you need to call one static function and non-static function. Then that's it. So I will attach this project in resources. You can refer this project if you are facing any issue. So that's it for this video. Thank you.